Hello, I'm Neil Whelan, and welcome to the Wesleyan Podcast. We're on part 3 of Wesleyan Financial Services 10 Financial Truths Every Dental Practice Owner Should Know. This is the reminder, though, that the podcast is for information only and doesn't constitute financial advice. But I'll be back later to let you know how to get in touch with us. But for now, I'll hand you over to Regional Manager Simon Cosgrove for part 3. One loose legal thread can pull apart your partnership.
Many dental practices are either partnerships or limited companies, and what's vital to be in place for either is a partnership agreement or a shareholder agreement, respectively. Both of these are legal documents that dictate the rules of the partnership or the limited company. So within there will be aspects of it that will cover retirement, illness, death. These are big things that can dramatically change a partnership and how it works. So it's really important that any partnership agreement, any shareholder agreement that is in place, firstly, that it is in place, and secondly, that it's up to date. I've spoken to many dentists over the years and they've said, yeah, we've got a partnership agreement. It's in a drawer somewhere, but we've definitely got one. But they haven't looked at it for 10 to 15 years sometimes, and things may have changed. The practice would have grown. The practice valuation may have changed their views on what they would like to happen in the event of one of them being unable to work anymore. So many things could have changed over the years. So it's vitally important, firstly, that there is an agreement, and secondly, that it's up to date. When you think about a practice partnership agreement, I should say, what it's important to think about is what you want to happen to your share in the event that you're no longer able to work, whether that's through illness or death. As an example, let's say we've got a practice that's worth £2 million, and let's assume that there's 2 partners, and then each partner is eligible for £1 million from the practice. So in the event of the death of one of them or the illness of one of them, then £1 million is their asset, because that's what practice is. It's an asset. It's part of your overall financial strategy. So in the event of death, the surviving partner would have to find £1 million to pay off the family of the deceased partner, because that's what the family is entitled to. It's the asset of the deceased partner. So it's important that there is some funding in place where the surviving partner can pay off the family and ensure that there's no financial disadvantage to the practice because of the death. Similarly with serious illness. If you've got someone who is diagnosed with something serious, then they may never come back to work again. Once again, they've got an asset, they've got a value within the practice, and it's important that there is something in place to raise that funds. Now, it could be something that's there like a critical illness policy that would pay out in the event of a serious illness, or the surviving partner could look to sell that part of the practice, which is going to be more of a longer drawn out process. So it's really important to think almost the unthinkable sometimes. What happens if something goes wrong? What happens if someone dies? What happens if someone is seriously ill and can't continue to work? Because as dentists, you're not just looking after yourselves financially. There's the members of staff within the practice who depend on the financial stability of the practice. So it's important to think on a practice level as well as an individual level to ensure that the practice that you've worked so hard to build up is staying financially stable and the right people are receiving the right financial support at the right time.
And that's our show. Thank you to Simon. Look out for the other 9 parts on YouTube or wherever you download your podcasts. If you are looking for expert financial advice, go to wesleyan.co.uk where you can book an appointment with one of our specialist financial advisors. Charges may apply, but we won't charge you until you've agreed the services you require and the associated costs. Find out more at wesleyan.co.uk/charges. To learn more about Wesleyan more generally, you can find us on the website formerly known as Twitter, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. But that's it for now. So until next time, thanks for listening.